So we always love to come to our coaching sessions with celebrations. So I'm going to start with Anna. I know Anna's got a wee celebration she's going to tell us all about.
I am.
Your invitation to be on a podcast.
Oh, yes. Oh, I got an invitation to be on a podcast. It's so exciting. That totally came out of the blue, but that came from just, some posts that I put up about an event that we were going to have, but has now been postponed. And I'm going to be on a podcast in February. I know it's a long way away. I just think of it like a rock concert. You know, you buy your tickets like 2 years in advance to go and see whoever. And I think of it that way. So I'm very excited. Yes. First one.
Fantastic. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, Anna. And Lucia, how about your celebrations?
My celebrations. So we did another shopping event on the weekend, which was fantastic. Another learning experience. So it was completely different again. So learnings and takeaways from that was exceptional. And getting feedback, being open to receiving that was a really great learning for me, and understanding, you know, how I processed it, and celebrating that three of my beautiful ladies are actually that I'm coaching are actually actively doing coaching in their own field. So really stepping up and really just embracing the fact that if they take action, they're going to get the wins. So yeah, that's my celebration. It's like Mama Bear is celebrating, you know, the ladies' wins. So there was a meetup event, there was an interview. 80's got the workshops that, you know, we're collaborating with. So it's just fabulous to see. Really is beautiful. Yeah, I'm so proud.
Yeah, that's great. And it's really interesting that action really just helps take over, you know. Yeah, it's like without any action.
Totally.
So like Mel Robbins, I love this saying that Mel Robbins has, is like, you know, you have a problem, but if the problem's got a solution, with action, by taking action, you actually don't have a problem. So, you know, if you put that into the perspective where we're working online, how can we get ourselves out there? What do we need to do? And so as soon as we start actually talking about that and taking action, already you're coming closer to solving that problem and creating your solution and finding your people, isn't it? You know, so. And Lee, how about you? How are you going this week?
My coaching class on Friday, so that's in this week, was really good, and even one of my people who don't normally listen to me said it was a good session. So that was quite something for me, because she's very critical and, you know, judgmental. So that was quite awesome. Yeah. And then of course, we've had our interview yesterday with Karen, and I've got somewhere to live in 2 weeks' time. So that's number one. And what else? I was going to say something. Oh, and then I've joined, I'm going to get really healthy and get rid of my pain. So I'm very, very excited about this program I'm going on. It's not product based. It's a doctor that's from the States, from Martha's Vineyard, and she helps all the rich and famous get healthy. So she's giving it to us at a very reduced, much reduced rate. So it's awesome. So I'm happy. I'm looking forward to having no pain.
Absolutely, yeah, no pain. That's key, isn't it? Absolutely key. Yeah. So my celebrations is continuing the workshop with the Lucia's collaboration. Anna was there, which was fantastic, and it's just it's about that doing, isn't it? And just, you know, I look at the weather and all the outside influences, but I don't know, because I've got this drive to keep working on my blue board and driving things, I can't even really take any notice of it. You know, it's like, whatever. Thank goodness for that. You know, it's like, yeah. Yeah. So I've been putting out reels. I mean, my reel on vitamin B got 2,500 views yesterday within a couple of hours. So that was really interesting to see how the algorithm, Instagram's algorithm, is just like starting to push my posts out to more people. So it's interesting. You know, the algorithm is just a recipe, isn't it? You know, and it's just like somebody keeps changing that recipe, and by taking action, we need to just keep finding out what those little additions or those subtractions in the recipe are, I suppose, isn't it, when we think about that? Yeah.
What was your reel about?
Oh, about so it pulls into my whole working with creating content for the week. So working with the chakras and creating necklaces for each chakra. And then so what I did was I just dressed up with each necklace. I put like 7 necklaces on, and I was just talking about, you know, these are the necklaces for the week. Yeah, these are the necklaces for the week, and then that's my vitamin B content for the week. So then I've started putting, you know, it's my whole framework of you know, the foundational framework that I can actually then teach to other people. I can take it out to other people. This is how you create your foundation for your product. And now this is what you've got to start doing. Yeah. And then I think that's where we can sort of pull Anna into it here, because I'm so excited. Anna, tell us exactly what your product is about, and then how this podcast came about. So I think we've got to really, we can drill down on this one a little bit, because I'm sure right now you can keep doing some more. Yeah. You're on mute, darling.
Only because I was talking to my cat, so I didn't think you all needed to hear that as well. I'm into writing your legacy, and I've been, well, actually I've had another win this week. I have helped somebody write, edit, and publish a book in 2 weeks. And we're talking about the word 23,000 words. She came to me with 10,000 words. So we really worked hard to get it done. And it's just been such a push. But she has been a fantastic client. So Lee, unlike your very critical client, this client was a dream client. Whatever I said she needed to do, she went away and did it. So I help people to write their legacy, and that means holding their hand if they need me to actually be accountable. I think that's what it is, being accountable for every stage of writing their book, if that's what they need, or just editing their book if they've already got it, so that they have something ready to give to a publisher. And if they need a publisher, I've got a publisher ready to go. So, you know, I've created all those links so that I can offer people a whole package if that's what they want.
Fantastic. That's great. Perfect. So now, how did this person find
That's your product?
They're from, tell us about your product. Come on.
Well, I mean, for example, for some people, writing is just not a thing. They say, "Oh no, I'm never going to write. I'm not a writer." There are other options. They could hire me as a ghostwriter. So basically, my ghostwriting package on its own it's a 10-week program where we work together and for a couple of hours each week. I talk to you, I ask you questions about a chapter every week. Then I go away for a few hours, well, probably more than a few hours, and write that chapter. And while we're talking, I'm listening to your voice. I'm listening to the way you talk. I'm listening to the words that you like to use and the way you express yourself. And then when I'm writing, I'm trying to emulate your voice so that the book sounds like it's written by you. Because as a ghostwriter, I'm not there. You know, you are not. I have an agreement that says you are never to say that I wrote the book. My name is never to be mentioned. If you speak about me, I am your editor. I am not a ghostwriter. And it's really important because it affects your credibility as a writer to say that, you know, oh yeah, this was ghostwritten. But it also affects, you know, I don't want people to know that I did this for you, because I just feel funny about it. It's just such a personal thing. So it's a 12-week project. It's not cheap. Ghostwriting, my package is $10,000 because ghostwriting is really hard. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot out of you because you have to be so conscious of your client all the time. For every couple of hours of talking, I probably spend 4 or 5 hours writing because you just have to get into your client's head, and it's really, really hard. So it's a big job. If you're not wanting a ghostwriter and you're saying, I want to write a book, and you haven't started, I have a program that's called book mapping. And in that, we sit down together and it's a 5-week program, 5 hours over 5 weeks, where we sit down and we go through your expectations, your book positioning, your book idea, your book outline, which is the most important, and creating a writing plan. So we actually sit there and we figure out step by step what you need to do to actually produce a book. And I've got a client at the moment, I'm working on this right now, and we're up to the stage where this week we're going to start working on his book outline, and we're going to be looking at chapter by chapter what he wants to include in the chapter. And we're going to be we're going to be using the authority communication framework, Adrian, which you know, and he also knows because he is a former student of the Speakers Institute. So we're going to use that for each chapter, and that will give him a really easy way to fill in the gaps. So when he gets to each chapter, he needs to think, I need to write do, and it'll be done. So, and each chapter needs to be 2,000-3,000 words, which it sounds like a lot, but when you start writing, it isn't that much. So that's, and because it's a week, I meet with him weekly at the moment. We're working through this together. He's accountable for every bit of homework I give him, and I do give him homework every week. So I've given him the homework to think about his chapters, because if he comes to the session and it's only an hour-long session with his book chapters already there, we can spend more time working on what the content is for the chapters than fiddle-farting around with what the chapters are going to be. So what else do I do? I also have another program. Oh, and that's $490 for those 5 weeks. And again, you know, for the hour that you spend, I spend another hour or so preparing, because, you know, I need to be prepared for you in particular, to have the right questions, to have the right homework for you, because, you know, everybody's different and everybody has different expectations and needs. And the other thing that I do is I have a program where we actually write the book. Over 12 weeks, we take the plan that we've made, and each week we work on a different chapter. So you'll go away, you write your chapter, you send it to me, I will edit it. The next week we will sit there and we will actually go through the chapter, and you will see what my edit is, and you will learn from how I've edited it, and you will learn, you know, different phrasing and what words work and what words don't. And I will always be looking at your reader, because in the book I can't even speak now. Book mapping program, we actually look at your avatar, and your avatar is your ideal reader. And everything that you do when you're writing your book needs to go back to this ideal reader. So as I'm editing your book, I've got a copy of, you know, a piece of paper sitting next to me that's got your ideal reader on it. And I'm reading it and I'm going, no, that doesn't make sense. And I look at this and I go, would Bill say that, or would Bill think about that? And if Bill doesn't, then I'll put a line through it and I'll make a different suggestion. If Bill does, I'll tell you, oh yeah, okay, all right, we'll leave it in. So it's you know, editing is more than just reading. It's about thinking about each line. It's about thinking the words. It's about you know, being really conscious of who your reader is. So that's that program. It's a 12-week program. It's a 12 hours of face-to-face, and that's just under 5,000. So it's 4,950. My super duper packages, I have a couple of super duper packages where people want a publisher and marketing, and I have two of those packages as well. And there's the one where you have the ghostwriter, the publishing, and the marketing, and that is my premier product, and that's $24,000. There was a lot involved in that, and but my unique selling point is you start with me and you finish with me. I've looked at a lot of the programs that are offered online, and you either, the expectation is, here, we'll give you a book, you can do it yourself, by yourself. And that's really, really hard, because I have yet to meet somebody who can sit there and just do it all by themselves. You need that accountability. And so I will sit with you from the day you start to the day we celebrate your book in your hand. And I will be the only person that you deal with. You don't deal with the publisher. You don't deal with the marketing people. I do all of that on your behalf. All you do is you get the glory.
Yeah.
So,
and how many books have you've just published a book, haven't you? You've just edited, how many books have you edited, Anna?
Oh, I've edited, I don't know, I've been an editor for over 30 years. So, you know,
there's those quantitative numbers, Anna.
I've been an editor for over 35 years. And, you know, for me to tell you how many books I've actually edited, it'd be well into the hundreds. So, you know, hundreds of books, if you can imagine, you know, maybe 4 or 5 books a year. And then, you know, at least, and or more. It varies, because it depends who you're working for, and it depends, you know, what you're doing on the side as well. Yeah. I've worked in universities where I've edited, you know, high level documents for agreements between institutions, for example, and I've edited those. And, you know, I've worked for the government where I've edited prospectuses, and I've edited reports, their annual reports, and, you know, all sorts of things, because you need to do that to keep yourself fresh, and to keep it interesting as well, because if you're doing the same sort of thing, it gets done.
Yeah,
let's face it.
And so let's have a look at the action that was taken for you to be able to get connected to someone in America around your editing, you know, your editing skills. So how did that come about?
Sure. A small group of people who published in one of the Speakers Tribe books decided that we'd like to do something extra. So what we decided was that we would create a global authors summit, and that was an opportunity for the authors of these books, and there's over 100 of these authors, to have an opportunity to speak in a global forum, and to present themselves to the world, so that they get more opportunities to speak, because they are all authors and they are all speakers, and that's their prime thing, is they want to be speakers. So we started that project, and we had just put out a small thing on Facebook and LinkedIn that said it's coming, and, you know, the date that it was coming, and where people could buy tickets. And a few days ago, I had somebody contact me from San Diego and say, I do podcasts. Are you interested? And I looked this lady up, because it was just a messenger message. And I looked this lady up, and she does podcasts, and she has a following of over 70,000 people. And I'm going, oh, yes, I'm interested in this. So, and we had a chat the other day, and we fit each other's, you know, things, and so it's going to happen, and it'll happen in February. So it's very exciting.
Isn't that fantastic? So
she approached me. I didn't approach her. I have no idea who she was before she approached me.
So isn't that interesting that came, so when you have a look at where that came from and what your action was to get that response, you know, so how can you take that and then keep moving with that energy and going, okay, what attracted her to me, and then keep testing out with different posts that you can do to replicate the same thing, because you want to be booked out on podcasts because you want everyone to sign up to your program, right?
That's it. Yes, absolutely. So I've already put together a plan for what's coming up in the next few weeks, so that I can keep the momentum going, and the momentum going for me more than anything, so that I keep doing something every week at least, so that, you know, I fit it in between the clients that I do have. Yeah.
Yeah, because would you look at scheduling that out, or are you going to sort of do it as you come across it, or like the day by day?
I want to do it myself, and I will do it. I mean, because I've got it planned, I can prepare it in advance, you know, whenever I've got the time, and then just have it ready to go. So, and have it ready on a certain time at a certain.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. No, I totally agree that people should do their own social media marketing, because you're the one who knows so much about it, and then that, you know, you shine across as the person that they want to deal with. You're the editor that goes with them all the way through, you know, so that's fantastic. Yeah, thanks for that. And I'm looking forward to hearing the journey of how you've created, you know, what you create in your social media journey in the next few months, and let's see how it goes. Yeah, that's awesome. Really,
Thanks,
really cool. Now, do you do any Facebook Lives at all, Anna?
I've only done one.
Yes.
And that was when I was promoting the launch of my business per se, and that was interesting.
I saw that one. I was on there for just a brief moment, and like, honestly, you look like you've been just doing that. That looks like you know. So yeah. I would encourage some more Facebook Lives, because it's just the way for people to get to know who you are. Who are you? Yeah. Why would I want Anna? Oh God, I really want Anna. You know, it's like, yeah, listen to her. She's knowledgeable. She's, you know, everything. So I think it's awesome. And that brings me just to thanks so much for that, Anna. That was great. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future brings for you. And Karen, come on in, Karen. Hi, how are you today?
Hello, I'm really well. How are you?
Very good. Now, I know Karen has also been picking up on the Facebook Lives quite a bit as well, which is fantastic, with your beautiful tree in the background. That's amazing. Can you just, I don't think you've met Anna, or you just bring, or Tony, so just bring in your little 60-second pitch, 2-minute pitch, whichever one you feel like delivering this morning. Come on in.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Heidi. Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Giles. I live on the Sunshine Coast, and I'm a health and wellness coach. So how that looks is I support both men and women from their flat, burnt out, fatigued state to a more vibrantly energized state. And the way I do that is that I work with them one-on-one at the moment, meet them where they're at, because everybody's at a different stage in their journey. So some need more the basics of support with setting up really healthy, supportive, nourishing routines. And then other people need more support around creating those really healthy, safe, secure boundaries with themselves and with other people. And all those little steps, they all mount up to a big tower, and then that sets them up for a healthy, energized future. And then they find that they attract like-minded people, so not just socially, but as in a partner as well. And it's something I'm very passionate about, so I've come from a very deep adrenal fatigue state myself. So I've learnt the hard way how to recover, so to speak. And yeah, so that's why I'm so passionate about what I do. And I've started meetups, regular meetups as well. Had one last night, and with Lucia, actually. She was my guest, which was amazing. And I have a podcast channel as well, which I love doing. It's quite a rustic approach, but that's what I like about it. Very real, oversharing, open book approach. So just so people know that they're not on their own, because you can feel quite isolated when you're in such a deep, exhaustive, fatigue state. So that's me in a nutshell.
Thank you. That's awesome. And how are you feeling about doing your Facebook Lives?
Yeah, I feel quite good, but you know what I find is that I go off on a bit of a trance when I'm delivering content, because I'm too busy in my head thinking, okay, now look at the camera, smile. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm the type of person that I look around, and I do that all that. It's just me. I've always been like that. So I try to be conscious of looking into the camera and Yeah, and keeping that smile and not that real concentration look.
Yeah. I could give you one little tip for that you could always try is something that you really like or someone you really love. Put that person, get a little photograph and put the portrait right behind your camera where you need to look. So then you can go, what's your partner's name? Chris, is it?
Chris, yeah.
Chris, yeah. I'm saying this to you, okay? So you look into the camera and then you look past the camera as well. So you'll stop that. Yeah, so give that a go.
Oh, that's a great idea. Thank you.
And then also, like, I was just literally having coffee with my husband and we were watching the wheelchair athletics. The wheelchair rugby is about to start and they were interviewing an ex-wheelchair rugby guy. And he was like this. When he was talking on the news, he was like this, right? He was looking over in the corner, looking there to try and think about what he was going to say. And you could really see it. And it wasn't until the newsreader started talking that he'd actually look at the camera, and it was so distracting you. And when I had the news came here to interview me about the house, the gentleman behind the camera said, "This is what people do." He said, "You need to try and keep remembering to look at the camera." And so I was just like, starting to rattle off, and I saw him go like that. That's right. I've got to look at the camera. So that's great. So just even from this little conversation this morning, put a pic behind Chris. I bet you're going to get better at that.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Let's see how we go with that. Thanks for that, Karen. Fantastic. I think it's action, isn't it? It's about bringing that action. Doing the action just makes things better, and then coming into places like here and being able to share that action and celebrations, and then we can sort of all help as well, which is really nice. And we've got Tony. Let's go to Tony. And Tony's on her way to work by the looks of it, in the sunshine.
Yeah. Not many days I get to go to work, so I'm going to work today. So I've been home otherwise. So today I'm off to work.
And Tony is also taking action on her live shopping tours page. And as she's taking action, she is also finding her feet, where this is going to, right, Tony? So today she started up a review Wednesday. Can you tell us briefly about that, Tony?
Yeah, I've got this Facebook page that I created in the first lockdown to try and support small businesses. So it's something that I've been just doing to help people I knew in retail. And it's sort of grown from there that I've just the page is actually just basically posting up any business, any small business, just to try and spread the love out there. And as opposed to everybody's got their own Facebook page, but this is a page where it's got multiple different businesses in it, and it can be anywhere in Australia. So then I was about to chuck it all in the other day, and I asked a few people that I've been promoting, what should I do? And Adrian was one of them, and one of the suggestion was to hone in on a 1 day a week to promote one product or service or something. So I'm trying that out on a Wednesday night, and I just called it Review Wednesday. So tonight I'm talking to a lovely lady who has a business that uses laminated fabrics. It's really, really soft fabric, but it's got a laminating, waterproofing property to it, and she uses it for reusable lunch bags and shower caps. So it's just something to try out and to talk about one business at a time or a service. So anyway, that's just a bit of an idea, and that I'm trying out at the moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can I make a suggestion there? Can you ask her if she will have some product there with her, and even has she got a way that she could demonstrate or tell more about the properties of how she waterproofs the fabric? I think that would be great, because last year I actually interviewed somebody who makes crystal candles, beautiful, really, really lovely. But what I was hoping for, and I just didn't realize until afterwards, I was hoping that she was going to be in her workshop, so we could have actually seen some pouring. But people get too involved in, it's got to be all really pretty and fancy, but I don't think it necessarily does, because that's where the rustic thing comes through, like Karen was saying. We're all there, because if we start getting bogged down in the tech and looking too professional, it doesn't happen, you know. So yeah, that's so just see what if she can have at least. And I know you did that fantastic reel. Was that your mum that had the shower cap on?
Yeah. So she was there with me last night, so I said, "Here, put this on."
Geez, on live shopping to his Instagram, there's a reel that Tony did about the review, and she's putting the shower cap on, so it's obviously one of the products. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the reel, Tony turns into her mum, or her mum comes in and is putting on the shower cap. Fantastic, Tony! Really, really good work. Good on you for doing that. Well done. Yeah.
All right. So we'll see how it goes. It's a work in progress, anyway.
Yep, excellent. Yep, that's any action is better than no action. And what do we call these things, Ingrid? What are they called? Uzis or schnoogies?
Woody.
Woody.
Go.
I'm in my Woody.
Come on, Ingrid. Are we like coming into like a snuggling relationship talk here? Are we? Oh, and we've got a fantastic celebration for Ingrid. Come on, Ingrid, tell us all about it.
Okay, so sometimes I feel a little bit damp as a relationship coach looking for new clients, because it seems like some people are feel like some people feel a little bit afraid approaching either a counselor or relationship coach to open up about their relationship issue, because it's quite intimate. And I've been putting myself out there, social media, etc., networking. And then one man actually approached me and asked me questions about his own relationship. And then he referred me to his friend, who is the owner of this particular group. So singles, Sydney Eastern Suburbs Singles Dating and Life Facebook group. It's a private group. So the owner of this page approached me, requesting me to be their love doctor. And I said, okay, yeah, let's do that. So let's see, this Sunday is the Q&A session. So I allow myself for them to answer whatever question they have about relationship, dating, whatever, from 7:30 to 8:30, even can be until 9 p.m. That's okay, not a problem. And yeah, I said, well, thank you so much for welcoming me to be your resident love doctor. I love the title.
Yeah, I love the title too. So you've been in the Q&A? You had a Q&A?
Oh, no, this Sunday will be the first time. So typically, they don't allow anyone that lives outside the Eastern Suburb to be a member. So obviously I live in Whoop Whoop, so right outside Eastern Suburbs. But I'm being invited as their resident love doctor. So that's why I'm in. So yeah, let's see how the journey develop.
Yes.
And we will begin this week. Yes, fingers crossed.
Fantastic, Ingrid. I'm looking forward to hearing how that goes. I think that's great. So how you've got a slot like on Sundays, isn't it, at 8 p.m?
7:30 to 8:30 at least, but it can carry on until 9. That's okay, no problem. I said I'm willing to give back, and then let's see if some singles are interested to join my coaching at the end. That's fine. I have no expectation, but at least I can give back to begin with and add value. And
it's going to be a fantastic experience for you. Really, really good. I'm so proud of you. And there was something else. Oh, and your women's circle. Now I've seen, because I'm on your women's circle chat, because I was privileged enough to attend one last Friday. Thank you so much. It was beautiful. And
how was your experience?
It was really lovely, but I'm seeing more people added to the chat from overseas. So walk us through that process.
Well, because I joined a few networking sort of groups, and one in particular has people from overseas. So then, they actually approached me, hey, Ingrid, I'm interested to join your women's circle. So one in Sydney, one in Seattle. And isn't
that great? So I know a couple of weeks ago we did discuss, because you know how you have your 5.1 and then you have your astral
one
circle, and then I'm like, well, what's happening with the online? Isn't that going to keep going afterwards? So that's fantastic, because that looks like it could definitely be ongoing, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, because through my networking group, I know a mediator in Whoop Whoop, Queensland. I keep calling Whoop Whoop because she's really truly regional, and you know, she has my perfect clients, or very, you know, stressed, broken-hearted couples. As a mediator, as you can imagine. So I said to her, you know, what about Women's Circle online? Eventually, I would love to have Men's Circle as well online. So yeah, the idea has been brewing for some time. And I just want people to embrace it, really, because yeah, these two groups, one in 5.1 in Austral, are supposed to be face-to-face, but then what about online? Because some people cannot come on a certain time slot. They can have option, I guess. Yeah, it's good to have option, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And I think that's what this whole online space is about, is creating, you know, you having that imagination to keep moving forward and creating and using the technology that we've got to reach out. So it's like a little pebble, you know, you put the pebble in the water and look at the ripple effect, you know. But it's just interesting, because like just talking about where we hold these rooms, it's like that customer journey of, can they get on Zoom easily enough? I know I just, you know, because doing the live shopping in Vitamin Bead, I think, I talk to some people and they say they hear about the Zoom room and they're like really scared of it, because they haven't actually been in there, or been in a room, and they don't know what to expect. So it's quite interesting, isn't it? You know. Yeah.
And I try to tackle one objection that couples may have for my online couple massage lesson over here, because that's also a new product, a new service for Airbnb hosts and guests. And because at the moment, some of the Airbnb, they're still in lockdown. So I thought, what other way that I can do it right now? So I thought, let's pitch it as the perfect Father's Day gift ever. So rather than giving him another hammer or jackhammer or a mug, give him an online couples massage lesson. You know, give him the gift of touch, your touch. So that's my take, and collaborating with a local cookie maker.
Yeah, that could be a really good catchphrase for, you know, give him the gift of your touch. You know, you're in lockdown, can't have a massage. Give him the gift of your touch. You know, so. Yeah, and I was just noticing your background, it looks fantastic. And you could probably have it so, you know, perhaps if you were just talking about one service, you could just have it so just the one service would show up, you know what I mean? Because I'm just trying to zoom in and read without my glasses.
Without your glasses, yeah.
So that's all.
I think in terms of clarity, I don't know with the other ladies whether they can see my virtual background clear enough. They can read.
I think it's very clear, hugely clear. Okay. I'm just going to put you in a your speaker mode. Yeah, there we go. Speaker mode. It's replacing the pull-up banner. You know, it's, you know.
Yeah, because my pull-up banner is only like a slim, tall thing. So normally I put it in the background. Maybe people can't read it properly, but with this one, it's quite clear what I do.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. And are you going to turn up on? Are you going to turn up on Sunday in your schnuggie?
On Sunday? What's on Sunday?
Your men's circle. Your men's. I love doctor.
Oh, right. Jesus, I forgot about it already. Okay. Probably. I'll have it handy nearby. So it's like, oh, yes, you know.
Yeah. That's great.
Oh, tackling the objection for the online couples one. In my caption, I said that you can turn your video off, because if you can imagine couples coming to massage in front of other couples, then you can turn your video off, because we highly value your privacy and comfort. but turn your my camera on so you can see me and you can hear me, but turn your video off, but turn your voice on so you can ask questions. So that's one of the objectives that I'm trying to tackle in my caption.
Yeah, well, you do, all your background work is coming to fruition, Ingrid. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So who's got what planned for this week? What's coming up for everyone's content creation activities, workshops? Oh, Review Wednesday. I am doing live jewelry making on my vitamin B page and store this afternoon at 3 p.m. if anyone wants to come along and see me making some clip-on earrings. Because in vitamin B, yeah, look, clip-on earrings, they're really cute. So the strategy in vitamin B that I'm working on is to actually just be more community-based with the people. So it's not always talking about something for sale. It's just like, okay, I'm going to be sitting there in my boutique making jewelry, being proactive, and then opening up the technology so people can jump on in and just have a chat with me, you know. And yeah, and so when you're live on Facebook, then some people jump in and then you can invite them in. So I'm just going to, you know, and even create a room for like a Facebook room. So I'm just going to be playing around with the technology, see what's working, and putting items up online the easiest way I can, because I just always try and avoid my WordPress site like the play. I'm terrible as a boutique, and putting things up on my website, I really dislike it. It just annoys me. So there is a PayPal checkout feature now for one-off items, and so I'm playing around that with that today. It's my posting day and coaching day, and making things. So vitamin beads, like running the way it's running, I'm creating the coaching beside the vitamin bead activity. And at the moment, it's having that foundation then to work off, and just having it, you know, all systems go. So if anyone needs any advice, you know, like any questions, is there any questions? Let's open up the floor. Any comments, or does anyone have anything, any problems out there? What's up? What's up with anyone?
Lana and I are keen to join your Reel training if you want to create one day.
Yes.
And Nat as well, because the three of us, you know, we don't know anything about Reel. I try to dabble on Facebook story more, so it becomes kind of like my new toy. It's quite fun, but I haven't yet embraced Instagram Reel. Yeah. And then another thing, because I came in late, sorry ladies, there's a disaster at home. I came in late, I didn't listen to Karen's intro. I heard that she does podcasts. I do podcasts as well. And my podcast is titled Relaxed and Raunchy Relationships. So I don't know if we can perhaps guest in each other's podcast. Karen, I need to learn what you do first, though. It'll be great.
My podcast is about so my background, Ingrid, is coming from a really deep state of adrenal fatigue. So mine's a health and wellness podcast, but my love and passion is around setting healthy boundaries as well. So my podcast is quite rustic and raw, and it's I haven't had any guest speakers as yet. I've been doing it myself for now, but I am looking at having guest speakers on. And I'm also very passionate about how to implement healthy changes into relationships, and then how that also draws in and attracts the right person for yourself as well. So yeah, definitely we should chat. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, AD was my first podcast guest, and I was her first podcast guest. So there you go.
Back in the day. That's how Ingrid and I met, on a Zoom call, like a really random Zoom call. We were the only people in the room back in May 2020. And it was so funny because she was like kind of off in the distance, like hiding. And then I'm in the shop going like, oh, this is weird, you know, it's like and then as we get to know each other, because Ingrid's from Indonesia, and then the other day I sent her a voice message, and Ingrid, my friend, I am in a house surrounded by Indonesian things, and you're my Indonesian friend. So it was really cute. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, and very.
But
very
it's great that we have. Yeah, we have the open mindset, I guess, as AD said, you know, community over competition. When we were stuck in this, you know, Zoom networking, Zoom, I mean, the organizer wasn't even there. It was like, bloody hell, where is Jen? Where is the organizer? Anyway, so we stuck together and then, oh yeah, what do you do? I own a boutique. In my head, I thought, oh, bloody hell, what can I do with the boutique owner? And then it's like, oh, might as well, we're here. Why don't we have a podcast together? Say, there you go. Then my podcast was born.
Yeah, and then that turned into, you know, like looking at using the space as a retreat destination for Ingrid's retreat that she has organised. And then she came up and bought a videographer. She came up with her family, then she bought a videographer with her and made a little video of everything. So yeah, so it's been an ongoing thing. And then 2 months ago she was here in June for our first little mini retreat, which was awesome.
Can I offer the ladies a spotlight speaker spot? Because I do
absolutely. Yep.
Every Tuesday at 10. So Karen was yesterday. But I'd love to have you talking, Anna and Ingrid and Tony, and telling everybody what you do. It's all about you. So
love to.
So message me.
I'd love to. Yeah.
I can send you the form where you just fill in all your information so I know and I can market it properly. So it goes on Meetup, and then we do it live through Facebook, and I create an event too, but it goes to my personal page because I've got more people in my personal page. And then we share it out, and then I put it on YouTube as well. So yeah, would love to have you ladies because you've all got such great. And I haven't had you yet, Adrian. We were going to do that ages ago. We haven't done it yet.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm getting used to having things on my to-do list, my own personal to-do list. Don't worry. And then I'm like, geez, I still haven't done that. So it's coming up to the end of August, and I have a fair few things on my to-do list.
Yeah, I know that you're busy. Yeah.
And I wanted to get done by August. So I did a couple of this morning. I'm like, oh, I've got to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah. No, it's good. And I'd love to. I would love to help you out with the reel making, Ingrid, because it's just when I see people when you're talking and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can see how you could create that into a reel. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I know. You have that creative mind that's just always, oh, what about this? What about that? And then my nervous selves are like, oh, hang on, there's so many ideas, but we got to do one first. So
yeah, that's great.
The problem of creative minds, there's so many ideas, but we got to implement something first, like one thing. Yeah,
I just wanted to share. I'm just going to share I'm just going to come in off my telephone to see, because I do have a we're nearly up to the 9 o'clock mark, but while I've still got you guys here, if anyone needs to leave, that's okay.
Lee and Karen, is it okay for you to friend request me on Facebook?
Yeah, I've already done that, Ingrid.
Oh, okay.
Only this morning.
Yeah, I've also done that. Here we go, Karen talking over each other. We're talking yesterday.
And I'm happy to share anybody's business out on the page too. So if you send me any information, I'm happy to share it up on the live shopping tours page as well.
Thank you. Yeah,
because it's all about the more that we all get out there and support each other. Isn't it amazing how, when you're listening to somebody and then you get to know, like, and trust them. I find that I'm so much more inclined to listen to that person and buy off that person that I know. It's
yes.
I'm quite interested in seeing my own processes going through what I buy on or subscribe to and listen to online. It's like, wow, that's interesting, Adrian. It's like really is.
I've actually just recently had that feedback, Adrian. A couple of people have said, oh, I didn't know. Well, you know, I work for the shoe business. But a few people said, I didn't even know that existed. Oh, you've looked, and they've bought shoes because I was talking to them about them. Someone else has bought the Bella bands because they had seen me use them and talking about them. And then, like when we used to do the thing on the Sunday catch up, we even used to get people buying things from Melbourne, from your store too. So we should probably do that a little bit more too, showing your clothing, because you did end up selling quite a bit down here as well, didn't you, at the time when we were showcasing it?
We could even try and roll it from the live shopping that I do in the closed Zoom room. We could even roll it perhaps over to live shopping through your live shopping tours page, like, because I'll be in store.
Yeah, or the group.
Yeah,
or we could put it through into the group. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So it's all about.
Lee and.
Sorry.
Sorry, Lee and Karen, I haven't seen your friend request just yet. I don't know why. Just still, plenty of men requesting friend requests.
Mine will be in your messenger because I send you a message as well. So if you go to messenger, you'll see mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to leave, ladies, but have a wonderful day.
Okay, thanks for dropping in, Tony.
Nice to see you again, Tony.
Have a good day at work.
See you.
See ya.
Cool. Well, that was good. That was good. Okay, so I'm gonna. That's on my to-do list, is to create a specific reel training time, and then I'll have to. That's what I was just running through now, because I can share my screen. I can share my iPhone screen on Zoom here, so we can just step by step through it. Yeah. Because what I could do, Ingrid, I could if you wanted to come when we do the reel training, we could do it so we'd all actually create a reel together.
Oh, we create reel together. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, so it's like it's like an implementation lab, as opposed to just an instructional. Listen to me. This is what you do.
Yeah.
I'd like to run one so we implement it together.
Karen Giles, I'm trying to find her. Mutual friends, including Air Deer. This must be her. Yeah, let me know when you would like to create that reel training. I would love to learn from you.
Yep, absolutely, for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right. Have a good day, Ingrid. Yeah,
you too. Thank you. Nice to see you again, Anna, and nice to meet you, Lee.
Lovely meeting you.
Yeah, we'll catch up and get to know each other.
These are silk pajamas, but yours look much better. I'll have to get some early